Do you think selling your house means cashing in and walking away with a big fat check? Not so fast. The average home seller spends thousands and sometimes tens of thousands of dollars on unexpected costs. In this video, I am breaking down the hidden expenses, and sometimes not so hidden, that catch sellers off guard so you can plan smarter and keep more money in your pocket. If you are planning to sell your home soon, this video is a must watch. By the way, this video is sponsored by absolutely nobody. Let's dive right in and find out the true cost of selling your home. Let's start with one of the main items, the Realtor Commissions. When you talk to a realtor, find out what they charge for their commission and what's included in their services. There are all types of business models and commissions out there. The commission is usually split between the listing agent, the agent that you're hiring to sell your home, and the buyer agent, the real estate agent that will bring a buyer to your property with an offer. The one thing you have to make sure you do not forget when you're running your calculations is that there is HST on the total commission. Make sure you put that into your calculations. Since there are so many different options out there, make sure you do all of your research, all of your homework before making your decision. In my opinion, you get what you pay for. Sometimes what happens is a strong agent might get you a higher price or sometimes a quicker sale, which can offset that fee in so many different ways. You also have to remember it's not just about the commission. It's also about who you're hiring and the relationship you're building with that real estate agent. Make sure you do your homework on this one. It's very important. Next up, we have legal fees. You will need a real estate lawyer to finalize the sale, handle the final paperwork, and transfer the title of your home. Same as your realtor, do a little bit of homework, get some recommendations from friends, family, from your realtor, do the research, make a few calls, because the cost can also depend on your situation and also the type of property you are selling. That includes disbursements like title search, courier costs, all of the costs involved in doing a transaction on the lawyer side. This is one area you don't want to cut corners. A solid lawyer keeps your deal on track and will also protect you from legal issues later on. Same thing here. Do your homework, do your research, ask people around you, your friends, people you know, maybe who they use and how satisfied were they with that specific lawyer. Here is a big one that many sellers overlook: mortgage penalties. If you are breaking your mortgage before the term ends, you could be on the hook for thousands of dollars. Penalties vary, but fixed rate mortgages often come with something called an interest rate differential, an IRD. I've seen sellers pay over $30,000 just to break their mortgage. Before you list your home, before you decide to sell your home, call your lender and ask them, what would it cost me to get out of this mortgage today? They will be able to give you all the details, all the information about what it would cost you to get out of that specific mortgage. That one call can save you thousands of dollars in serious money, or at least it'll let you know what your cost would be. This might make or break your decision to list, or maybe sometimes people will wait a little bit longer to avoid these huge penalties. Make that call, find out what those costs are. The next one we talk about is staging and photography. Staging and high quality photos can make or break your listing. Staging costs do vary. It all depends on your home size, how much furniture needs to be brought in. Many times a home stager can work with your existing furniture. Sometimes it's just moving things around to make your house look bigger. So just find out from the home stager what needs to be done. Many years ago, staging wasn't really a thing, but today's buyers expect it. It's all about those shows we watch on TV. All the buyers want that perfect stage home because it does make a big difference when people are walking through your home. When you browse the MLS system, take a few minutes, go through the listings that are up for sale, and then you will be able to see exactly which homes have been staged and which ones have not been staged. There is a big difference. You want to be the one that has been staged because that will potentially bring more buyers through your property because it looks so good. Photography, videos, drones, these are all things that are usually included in the realtor's commission. Make sure you ask that realtor what they're going to do. The other thing is you want to make sure that whoever you're hiring will be doing professional photography. Ever since I started my real estate career, I have always used a professional photographer. In my opinion, it's a must-have. Make sure your listing is well represented with professional pictures. This is where most buyers will start their search. So if the pictures and videos aren't up to par, this means that the buyers might skip your home because it might not attract them for what they're looking for. Here's the upside. Staged homes will sell faster and often for more money. It's all about making that great first impression. The other thing is the pre-sale repairs and improvement. Sometimes small repairs and cosmetic improvements can add up pretty quickly. Things like painting, landscaping, fixing leaky faucets, or sometimes replacing worn flooring might run you between $1,000 to $5,000, or sometimes even more. It all depends on your home's condition. I've seen clients spend $2,000 on updates and get $10,000 or more in their final offer. Think of it like this. You invest a little bit now to avoid giving a buyer a reason to lowball your offer. This is where you also have to be very careful. You have to do the right repairs and don't overspend. The other thing are the closing costs. Once the deal is done, there's still a few costs that you need to handle. So sometimes the final utility bills, a portion of your property taxes, possibly bridge financing if your dates don't line up. This is something you really have to ask your lawyer, find out about what these costs are, because this can have an impact on your budget at the end. Also, don't forget, depending on your move out date, you may owe condo board or city a few extra days or fees or taxes. These things sometimes slip under the radar, but they can add up pretty quick. Make sure you find out, do your homework, find out what these costs are, because then you can budget properly on your closing day. Another item are moving costs and transition expenses. Moving isn't free. Whether you hire a crew, rent a truck, expect to spend $2,000 and sometimes more, make sure you get a few quotes from different companies and know what your costs are. And if you're older like me, the beer, the pizza, the rented truck might not be the best option for you. Hiring a professional company that also has insurance might be the better and safer option for you. If your closing dates don't line up, you might need temporary storage or even short-term housing. Make sure you know what your dates are and do the research before finalizing everything. I always recommend have a transition budget, just in case there's a gap between when you leave your current home and you get the keys to the next home. The more information you have, the better equipped you will be to know what it will cost you when you're selling your home. One more potential cost is capital gains and taxes. If you are selling your primary residence, you're generally safe from these capital gains taxes in Canada for now. But if you're selling a rental unit, an investment property, a cottage, it can be a different story. The Revenue Canada Agency may tax you on the appreciation in value, and it can be a big hit, depending on how long you've owned the property and how much it has increased in value over that period. Always consult with an accountant if you're not 100% sure, especially if this isn't your only property. Let's quickly recap the hidden costs of selling your home. Number one, we're talking about the Realtor Commissions. Number two, legal fees are something that you do not want to forget. Mortgage penalties sometimes can be a big surprise. Staging and photography, that shouldn't be too bad. We're talking about also pre-sale repairs. You want to make sure that you know what you're going to do and not overspend. Your closing costs are also very important, and moving expenses, and also taxes and potentially capital gains. These can easily add up to tens of thousands of dollars depending on your home and your situation. But with a solid plan and a great real estate team, you can navigate these in confidence, and it will protect your profits as well. The more information you have, the better you'll be. I'm curious to find out what surprised you the most about these hidden costs. Drop your thoughts or questions in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And hey, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with someone you think who might be selling their home in the near future. In the meantime, if you have any questions about buying a house, selling a house, or investing in property, make sure to give me a quick call, or you can always email me at jeanricher@jeanricher.com. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.